Yo everybody, and welcome back to Games Done with Krun. I am Krun, and today we are in Max Payne 3. Max Payne 3 is amazing, in my opinion. It is a really good shooter, made by the lads at Rockstar. Not sure which Rockstar. I want to say Rockstar Vancouver. I don't think it was Rockstar North. I think I would know, because Rockstar North are based where I live. But yes, this is the third installment in the Max Payne franchise, and honestly is one of the best shooters on, well, of the last console generation. But we're not going to be playing it regular. We're not going to be playing it on hard. We're going to be playing it on hardcore. A tough challenge with realistic damage. Arguably the hardest difficulty in the game. Old School says brutal difficulty without last man standing. But that sounds irritating. Apparently you like move faster and you've got less health or something. But I think we're going to play on hardcore, because hardcore sounds tough. Now, for context, this game is not easy. This game isn't easy at all. So this is going to be a pretty much one-to-one recreation of what it would be like to actually fight against up to about like 30 men at once.
This place is great. Really comfortable.
And we get the trademark noir banter of old cheery Maximus himself.
I'm just gonna get settled in.
Maximus O'Payne. That's what his mum
Time
called him.
to move on. Get on with my life. Yes,
Now,
absolutely.
the previous two games, you fought again. Basically, Max was a family man. He was a policeman. He was a good cop. He was well regarded. He had lots of friends. But then one day he came home, and some Raj junkies had spray painted all sorts of imagery on his wall, and they'd beaten his wife and baby to death with a baseball bat. It's pretty savage. Like, they're like legit. Like, they kill a baby in Max Payne 1. Rockstar weren't fucking about.
Let it go.
And
Seriously.
so he goes after them up. He's a bit like the Punisher. Is Max Payne? He's basically just the Punisher, but with probably even less moral identity, to be honest with you. And yeah, he doesn't fuck about. So he fought the mob, and it turns out that the mob were working for higher ups, and it turns out there was a big old conspiracy.
Definitely.
And yeah, he go top of a tower, fights a helicopter. It's mental. He also, because of the graphical limitations, throughout the entire first two games, looked like he'd shat himself just because of a big massive grin. I'll probably flash it up on screen just now because it's fucking hilarious. But then we move into Max Payne 2. Max Payne 2 takes place after the first game. There's a direct sequel. And basically, I cannot really remember, and nobody can really remember, because Max Payne 2 is basically the first Max Payne, but with slightly better gameplay and a significantly worse story. Still a good game. Like, they're both worth. If you're into PS2 era shooters, which you fucking should be, it was a good era for shooters. Like, everybody's like, oh, PS1, oh, Nintendo 64, oh, NES and SNES. I'm like, no, PS2. PS2 is where it was at. PS2 is the first legitimately, like, the first legitimate advancement in technology that was actually worth something since maybe the SNES.
It's my new life.
Controversial opinion right there, but yeah. Moving into Max Payne 3 now. What's happened? We've arrived. We're gonna find out, but the crux here is, by this point, you use painkillers to heal yourself in the first two games, and then quite a clever piece of storytelling. In the third game, Max is like completely cripplingly addicted to painkillers, and he's like trying to forget all the horrible things that he's seen.
Yes, that is a fake life, you jerk.
Brilliant voice actor as well. Absolutely fantastic. I thought this was the same guy who voiced Kellogg in Fallout 4, but it wasn't. And to be honest, I think Max Payne deserves more work, because he's one of the best voiced characters in any game ever. But here we are. Yep, here he is. His family's grave. Mikhail and Rossi. His wife was of a mixed Ukrainian-Estonian descent. And here's Max in his South American hotel room, because this game isn't set in the snowy, hostile streets of, I think, New York City. I want to say. I'm not sure if it's actually ever confirmed which city you're in the original Max Payne games, but I'm pretty sure it's New York. Could be Chicago, but like that, Chicago's my default go-to when it comes to stuff. And we seamlessly transition into the main menu screen. Wait for it. No, we haven't. Like, spoilers. Spoilers. We're about to transition into the main menu screen and it's going to be seamless, let me tell you. Or was that maybe, like, buffering for time there? Because it does do that. It, like, flashes up camera angles when it's struggling to load. Max, what are you doing? Where's this main menu? Oh, we can skip. Alright, we can skip to the main menu. I was keen. I was too early. Where is he going? Oh. Wait, holy shit, this isn't meant to be happening.
So I guess I'd become
It is meant to be happening. Sorry, talking nonsense.
A killer.
But yes.
Some rent-a-clown with a gun who puts holes in other
Clearly,
bad guys.
Max has fucked this gentleman
Well,
up.
that's what they had paid
Like,
for,
even if
so
he
in the
lives
end,
now,
that's what they got.
he's gonna, like,
Say what
he's
you
gonna
want
wish he
about
was dead. He's
Americans,
down an arm,
understand
he's
the
all burnt up
capitalism.
one side,
You
his
buy
flesh
yourself a
would be
product and you
shedding
get
from
what
him
you
in
paid
sheets.
for.
And
these
yet he
chumps are
struggles
paid for
on.
some angry
Truly
gringo without the
testament to the power of
sensibilities to
human
know
nature.
right from wrong.
So, yeah, this game it really loves
Here
its
I was
storytelling.
about to execute this poor bastard like some dying
so-
store angel of death.
Do be ready
And I
for
realized
a
they
lot
were
of
correct.
cutscenes. Like, but generally
I
speaking,
knew
they are
right from wrong
interesting.
if one
Like,
of
the
them
story
was
is
helping the poor,
strong.
the other was
But
banging my sister.
yeah. Also, for the record, definitely one of the prettiest games on the Xbox 360, Max Payne. But either way, none of that shit's happened yet. We're gonna find out how he got there, which has been a trademark of the series since the
I
first
was
game.
working a protection detail for the kind of people who need protection in a town like this.
And that's all you
What
need to
kind
know.
of town
Max is a
was this?
bodyguard for
One where I didn't
Brazil's
speak the
elite, which I mean
language
isn't the
and they
most
didn't water
morally
down their
sound
drinks.
of professions
So
to
for
get
now,
to get
we
along with.
seem
You
to
think he
get
would have done a
along
little bit of
just
research,
fine.
but
Of course, that was about to change.
it's if the work's there, somebody's got to take it, and if they're wanting to, I mean, they should really hire from within. I think that would maybe
Scotch.
do their part to help the problem.
Something like that.
There's our buddy Raul.
Man, that
Him and Max have been through many a scrape
Yep.
in their time.
Nothing like the view of extreme poverty to make a penthouse cocktail party.
So Max is perfectly aware of the social injustice that takes place. He's just like, fuck this, painkillers and drink. Which, I mean, I can appreciate. I'm sure most of the people at the party are like, fuck this, painkillers and drink, but Max, you're meant to be a bodyguard.
This place is a nightmare. You just got
He said
cowboys
it.
running security downstairs. Something rotten in the air.
That didn't mean much. There was always something rotten in the air. The family we were protecting
he is,
were
old
local
cynical
celebrities,
Max.
Rich
He doesn't
parasites
half
with
moan.
delusions of humanity. The kind
You'd
of
think he
people
could
who
just
end up
get.
in
He never
glossy
just gets on with it.
magazines
He's always got
and
some
body
sort of
bags,
complaint.
depending on how their luck runs. So
He's
where
got
are
a wee
they?
with words, does Max, even through the
Talking
haze
to
of
that guy.
alcohol.
Yeah, I don't know him. That guy next to him. He's some kind of cop.
This is important.
I think, I'm not sure. Serious though. Big end cop, anti-gang sort of thing. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name either, so we've got that in common, and I just
He's a
played the game.
plastic surgeon or some kind of surgeon. Tommy talks.
A plastic surgeon or some kind of surgeon. No, I'm not so sure about that line.
Marcel
Damn,
still
Rockstar.
dances like a
Rockstar.
fool.
Guess that's what
And there's Marcelo.
Marcelo.
Marcelo just, he wants to get along. Ricky Martin lookalike. Max, showing your age there, pal. Just rein it in a wee bit. That was Raul just laughing like, who the fuck is Ricky Martin?
I was mostly working for Rodrigo Bronco, a local businessman. Built things, did some charity, had things named after him, won awards, owned things, people.
Now, if I wanted to be
Trophies he
owned,
won
well,
was
like
his
known
wife,
for anything, then
Fabiana.
owning things is
She was
definitely
hot and wanted to be dangerous.
definitely a top
Some
tier
good genes
thing to
trying
be known
fight their
for,
way out of a cesspit.
as far as
She
lifestyle
married
goes.
well and was now at leisure to regret her good fortune. They got along as well as any rich workaholic and his younger airhead wife tend to get along. They mostly ignored each other.
Oh,
She spent a lot of time
they're
with
in a
his
loveless
cokehead younger
marriage at the
brother,
top of a
Marcello.
giant tower.
He was a good time.
I feel it's worth
guy
mentioning
if
that I
your
just
idea
played
of a
through this
good
game on
time
hard,
was
but I didn't
an
watch any of the
expensive
cutscenes,
suit,
so
a
we're kind of
bottle of
experiencing
champagne
this
and
together.
nothing between the ears.
Although I have
The
played it
middle
like
brother,
ages
Victor,
ago and watched
had
it all,
just
but
walked in. He was a local politician.
memory is
Guy
pretty
was
terrible.
smoother than an oil slick on an iceberg and about as toxic.
Oh,
Most of the crowd
what a
might
metaphor.
know, but I could imagine the types.
I mean, in
People
terms
who
of
know
canon,
they
he's
drink
just
enough,
spinning
they
these
won't
off the
have to
top of
feel
his head. He's a
guilty about their
poet.
good fortune.
He should write a book, should Max.
Suddenly, things turned real ugly. Felt like our hangovers arrived right on cue.
And what is about to be... Oh, just popped that guy right away, didn't he? He didn't stand a chance. And what is to become somewhat true to form throughout this game. Suddenly men in balaclavas came in. And they've taken all the rich whitish people, and well, I love that they let him keep his gun. Like that security guard, they just blew him away right away. Max is just waving a gun around in the air like easy, don't shoot, and they just left him. Like you'd think they would have just put him down. But don't worry, Max and Raoul are on the case. Raoul. I always wonder about how to pronounce Raoul. Is it bad if you just say Raoul, even though there's like different accentuation? But here we are, we're in the main meat of the game. And the meat of the game comes as a... Oh shit, it didn't give me the tutorial. Normally there's a little bit where everything freezes. And it's like press left click to shoot, but we didn't get that time. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a little bit of respite. But yeah, basically the game controls like a sort of... Like, it definitely feels cinematic. Like, when you're running, you can't... It's really hard to sort of visually represent, but there's a sort of body delay on the things that Max does. But the gunplay is insanely satisfying. It is just like 101 where you aim, where you shoot. It's really good. And to top things off, dual wield on any one-handed weapon, which is something I can get behind. I'm also going to pick up this little bad boy. Yeah, there are collectibles in the form of golden guns and clues. Clues are little bits in the environment where you'll be like, oh, the piano looked at me and it made me feel complete. Like something like this. When he comes over, and he just tries to play his own theme song.
It wasn't the
Needs some
time,
work.
and I was still a little rusty.
Incidentally, the Max Payne theme, in my opinion, is one of the best pieces of video game music to ever be created. So yeah, I'm going to sort of take a little look, generally speaking, for the golden guns, but I'm not really gonna try and find them. But I will take this moment to illustrate. If you wait around in sections, Max always has a little thing to say about what's happening next in the plot. Like currently the lassie's out in the balcony and we've got to go and rescue her. But if we like hang around looking around, he'll start to sort of prompt us.
Sooner or later, I'd have to go out there and see what was happening.
And there's a different one of them for pretty much every single point in the game. It's a really nice touch. Like attention to detail is not where this game falls flat. But here we are. We come outside and like ballsy. I'll give them that. They had the conviction to put that other guy down. And then they all come bursting out. This boy's like, shit, I've made some pretty bad life decisions here. But Max is like, damn it, I've got to save them. And like a true real life superhero, he does it the only way he knows how. And that is with great flair. So here he comes, he leaps and he goes whoosh, and then in slow motion, bam! He puts him down. Nothing but visual flair, this game, all the way through. I absolutely adore it. Nós cuidamos disso. I do wish I spoke Portuguese, because then I would know what literally about 50% of this game's dialogue meant. But I don't. If you're watching and you speak Portuguese, give me the gist in the comments section. I don't need it to be word for word. But if you do, I will reply, and I will like it to validate the time that you've spent in some form. Or make your own video where you just dub over all the all the Portuguese dialogue with an English voice. Or any language, it doesn't have to be English. I'm equal opportunities here at Games Done with Krun. Here we are, we've arrived. There are more fellas kicking around. That's a civilian. Max, calm down. But yeah, much like any third-person shooter nowadays, there is a cover system. But yeah, like on hardcore difficulty, we'll get fucking put down by the enemies. Like, hard was difficult. Hardcore is gonna be silly, especially like some points later on. Like, I'm doing fairly well right now, and I think I did take one bullet that done a suspiciously low amount of damage. But like in the late game, we're gonna get fucking torn apart. Blind fire. Oh, for the win. That is how it's done.
I didn't need to give them more of a head start.
But yeah, this game is a challenging one. It definitely isn't easy, that's for sure. And this is effectively the hardest difficulty. I'm not sure about old school mode though, but that just sounds a little irritating. The painkiller mechanic in this I think is really good. So basic inventory system, you've got your two pistols, you can equip either one, but unfortunately he only uses it in his right hand if you select the left pistol. Nice wee touch would have been if you used it in which hand you had it in the holster for, but it's fine. Like that's fair play. I mean, if he's like when he uses both guns, he can fire just as accurately with both hands, so he's clearly ambidextrous. So it would have been nice if they'd reflect that, but that's just a whoa shit! And then as you can see, you get a badass bullet cam for every last enemy that you kill, which is pretty cool. I do love that as well, where you just run along and it just sort of like ineffectively bounces off the door. It's quite funny. There's a little Ruger Mini 14. I'll take that. I do like an accurate rifle or similar.
Like they were taking him out through the basement. Maybe I still had a shot.
Yeah, one of the key features. We'll explain it as we just go through. Yeah. We get a little slow-mo cutscene.
Rich a prize for them to throw away.
And we find them escaping. Look at them all though, like Jesus Christ. That's like a 10-man squad.
Almost as much.
I've never been to Brazil, but that seems somewhat excessive. But Max's thing is that he can slow down time at will. Because when you're staring down the barrel of a gun, time slows down. That was a quote from the advert for Max Payne 2 off the telly. Oh, what a blind fire! More of that, Max. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I think we got hit once there, and that's 2/3, well, twice there, and that's 2/3 of our health bar gone. Because I mean, feasibly, if you were adrenalized, you could probably take a couple of bullets before going down. Especially if you're a seasoned, battle-hardened gentleman like Max is. He is a hard man. He doth not fuck around, if you will. So let's head out. I'm just going to briefly check for golden guns. I don't see any, which is unfortunate. If you do get a golden gun, it's like permanently gold, which is pretty cute for the rest of the game. I do like that. As we head up here, there is only picture on the floor.
Being famous as well as rich, as the bad guys know who to kidnap.
And that's a fair point. You want to be rich, you want to be famous, but you don't want to be rich and famous, especially not in a South American country, because they'll get you. And Max's final cool ability is the shoot dodge. What I like to call his fly leap. And he is a hell of a leaper. Of limited use on the harder difficulties, I must say. Generally speaking, it's better to like slow down while you're in cover. But if your health does run out and you've got, see that 4 on the portrait, that's oh, he got me, there you go. That's a good example of it. If you run out of health, you go into sort of last man standing mode, and if you can kill the person that shot you to reduce your health to 0, you can get back up, assuming that you have painkillers left. It's basically like lives, effectively. Which is kind of why I didn't want to. I want to shoot the front tire. Yeah. It's kind of why I didn't want to play on old school mode, because the game is going to be frustrating enough without not having any painkillers in it. The painkillers are kind of integral to how the game works, and I think it would just be irritating. Like, there you go, I think we took one shot there before that guy and it reduced us to 2/3 HP. This game is going to be fucking brutal. Max Payne indeed. Only one guy left. I think it's time to just... Oh, we fainted him out there by chucking the elbow out. And we brought him down thusly. And that's how you rescue a dilettante. A dilettante, sorry. I don't want to sound like some sort of schemie. And douche, just to add insult to injury, quite literally. Whoa, no! Stifle yourself. There's one, there's two. Bish bash bosh. Look at that, grisly as anything. Not many games show entry and exit wounds, but Max Payne 3 does.
Get up. Come on, get up.
There he is. It's surprising that if you just put a bag over somebody's head, they lose all of their physical capabilities.
It's okay.
Max dealing very well, using his police training. It's a bit cold. And he's like, please don't shoot those men, they could have useful information. And he's like, but they're dangerous. I like this guy that just brought his AK from home. Like, that's not police standard issue. Where did you get that? And they're all saying, those guys are asses. And he's like, no, we should take them back so that we can sell their meat. And they're like, no, sir, we definitely should not do that. Fuck, exactly. That pretty much sums it up, basically. Like, that party just turned into a massacre. Max literally just killed about 12 men. Like, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't even faze him. He ended 12 lives. Liberated 12 souls, if you will.
Some kind of cop.
Some kind of cop, anyway.
Different branch of the police. Not UFE, but normal cops. I don't know about this
Yes.
stuff, politics. Everywhere politics.
So if you're not like I don't want to talk with any authority because I obviously don't live there, but like just for a little bit of framework, if you're not familiar, in Brazil there is a huge wage gap between the elite and the poor, and like it's like hashtag 1% and stuff like that. But like or 99%, which was it again? 1%.
Back home, it was time for some
I think.
R&R.
But yeah, like.
Knew how.
Like that, but magnified. Like white kids in America think they've got it bad, but like no, not at all, not at all. No compared to Brazil. To the extent that they're like the gangs are such a big problem that the police effectively have to militarize. But I mean, like I can't really talk with. If you want to learn any more about that, then just Google it, like Brazil social politics or something. I'm not sure. I'm just offering a basic framework for a context for the story in this game here. But as we see, Max is a pill-swilling alcoholic. He just dulls the pain, and that's probably how he deals with the 12 men that he killed today. Although he is now asleep, so they can haunt him from beyond the grave.